Welcome back to Saga of Three Kings, Session 48, entitled Raven Mad. the
Dark.
Last session, the group saw a ruins up on a hill, entered into it. Well, the session before that. Inside of the ruins, they met with a stranger who was pretty vague about who or what he was, but was from some place beyond the material plane. They interacted with him briefly to get some information as to what they were kind of walking into, and after learning and understanding that ancient gods from a very old religion were basically bound to this place, and these deities being kind of primordial in comparison to what the group might understand as being deities, they understood that if they went into these strange temporally locked chambers, they could assist this individual by fighting one of them or multiples of them, and having the actual master of this strange extra dimensional space return to deal with the matter at hand. They chose the one that looked like a raven because shambles, and they fought it after a pretty harrowing conflict. They were bested, but as was the nature explained to them, if they are killed in those extra dimensional spaces, they would be dead only for a year and a day. Which I don't understand why no one's asked the question as to if that's something that affects the creatures inside. And yes, that would be accurate. So killing them just grants the boon for defeating them. They are such powerful creatures, just the process of triumphing over them will grant you a divine boon. But it won't kill them permanently, Zach. So you'll just have to do it every year and a day. Come back, pilgrimage, beat the crap out of the Raven God.
Happy birthday.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm willing to solve a problem by just going after it. I'll get there eventually. I'll figure something out.
Like in your retirement years, you're in shambles, like scarecrow mode. You just post yourself outside of Monday and wait, and then you're like, "It's go time."
Just brain off.
Don't
Your
even think
day's
about
up.
Calendar.
Go back in.
There's a calendar on the ground in front of me, as well as a cork board covered in yarn with theories.
it. we're also planning on the side. Got it. But yeah, that said, the fair woman, the master of this place, returns to her seat, and her and the other individual seem to be having wordless conversation. After which, the stranger comes to you each, places a mark on your forehead, and then it disappears. It kind of enters into your being. You're each granted the boon of the sidereal representative, and then you are quietly asked to leave by him as he returns back to speaking with the fair woman. Nothing stopping you from staying, and the door, as I mentioned, it's still being open. There's a bright white light kind of outside instead of sight as to what you were looking at or where you came in from. Anybody want to try and rush one of the doors?
Nah.
No.
Nah, I'm good.
If you step outside, you'll realize that it appears that it seems to be the exact same time that you entered in, even though you've spent some time within Mundi. It does appear to be the case that the Ranahan of Benson is just kind of present, kind of waiting there for you. And other than that, everything is as you left it the second you entered in. Even the same breeze that you were kind of dealing with. The very...
Zygoran's still there?
Um,
The horse?
yeah, I didn't know it was... Oh, I guess it was named. Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, me forgetting my notes. But yes.
He's not all starved to death.
Nope. Doesn't look like he's been doing anything for more than a couple of seconds. But yeah, Steed's still present, and everything as it was. You can easily kind of mount up. You were restored by the healing of nature of the strange extra dimensional space you were in. And as you kind of gather up and set off, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm ready to leave this place.
Bronze Shrine.
Okay. Most of you would kind of collectively understand that after you get past a certain point or kind of come at a different angle, you start to realize that looking back, you can't see the ruins up on the hill. They seem to have just not been there. Like they're not present. You feel like walking at it and entering into it, the ruined area, the hill area, has to be done in a very specific manner, which I think one of you has the observant feat. Right. Pretty sure one of you.
Nope.
I think it's in there. But anyways, point is you should be able to backtrack and get to it again if you need to.
Yeah, that's definitely a war room going forward. We can stop and plan for years.
The
Special K only gets a couple seconds.
that is a solid point. But that said, the Bronze Shrine is where you were intending to go. Looks like there are 3 more spaces that I need 20-sided dice rolls for. The Wanderer obviously being taken into account. Stop
There's
there.
one.
First movement. Don't even. You gotta do
Oh.
that thing. Roll a d1.
Whoops.
Roll a d100. What'd you get?
49.
We're Moodus. Okay. We're actually close enough to forest. I'll go ahead and use that one. Okay, so as you're kind of wandering about, moving along the path, kind of keeping close to the forest line, knowing that it will guide you in your direction, you start seeing what appear to be kind of different colored lights, very prismatic, kind of dancing about in the trees, and every so often stopping. Grok, you're able to denote that there's something kind of in these lights that's kind of looking out at you all as you're walking.
Do they remind me of the displacer beasts?
No, these are brightly colored lights.
Okay.
Like that thing that killed me back in a hole in the ground?
No, those were like monochromatic. This is more of a prismatic deal.
It's a much more colorful thing than what killed you.
Absolutely.
Oh, is that a wisp?
Yeah.
Will-o-wisp?
So do you ignore it, or do you want to investigate it further?
It's not a creepy building, so I'm not super interested.
It's fair.
Colorful lights in a forest. That sounds like Andy and
That's a
Cody's
Grok, that's a
got
Grok thing.
I mean, sure. I will quietly kind of peek in and investigate.
Okay. You see what appears to be kind of like a reptilian type creature with very strange looking kind of butterfly like wings. Kind of see you approaching it, and the lights kind of start appearing around it. You lose sight of it. You're not sure where it's at. But then for just a glimpse, you see it kind of rush off into the trees, like up into them.
Have I seen a creature like this before?
You probably haven't seen one in person before, but you can go ahead and make a either Arcana or Nature. Your choice of
Cool.
skill will determine what you get.
Sure. 14? Arcana?
You aren't sure. It looks like it might be kind of dragon-like or draconic, but other than that, you're not sure.
Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in pursuing it. Let it do its own thing. It's not attacking, so I'm just gonna kind of inch back and report back to the others.
Okay.
It wasn't the same thing or similar to what we saw in the Wayside Inn, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ghosts or the
Those
Fae?
lizard folk.
Oh, I forgot they were even there.
This is probably like the size of a house cat. It looks like it's kind of like a little salamander or
Little snake
iguana.
lizard?
Yeah.
Or
And
lizard
then,
fairy?
yeah, and then it's got fairy wings on its back, and it jumped into the trees when Grok started approaching it, and weird lights kind of appeared around it as it did so. But after that, you lose sight of it, and the lights don't really seem to be present anymore. Continue on.
Sure.
Okay. I would like for think I'm wanting Grok, and hold on a second here. Yeah, it was Chody who's observant. I would like Chody and Grok to both make a perception check.
27.
6. Are you sure it's me? My perception's trash. I got a 0.
Yeah, you've got the feat. The feat's called observant. It gives you a +5 to your passive perception.
Oh. I got a 10 on my passive perception. I don't think it's on there, man.
Should have a 15. Yeah, it looks like you've got the feat. I'm looking right at it. You are Benson, right? You're not Shambles?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
sometimes
I'm
get you
Benson.
mixed up, so I just
Yeah, no, man, I've never picked that before. I don't know if it's something... I don't know.
Looks like it was your feat that you took at 8th level, according to what I'm seeing.
Okay. I don't remember doing it, but alright.
Fair enough. But yeah, you, Grok, notice that there appear to be small little footprints that are kind of moving in between your group. You, after kind of looking back, it looks like they have been following you for some time, but you're starting to see them moving inside of the group. And as, like, you know, Shambles and Benson are having a conversation, you kind of, like, see it kind of walking, and then kind of there's no footprints anymore. Like it's taken to wing. Then you see them kind of land near Rooklyn and kind of like move around him and kind of stay near him like a dog would walk alongside a person as they're walking. And then you kind of notice that like it seems to circle around Raya, but keeps its distance.
Okay, so it's definitely the footprints of these creatures that I saw in the trees. It sounds like they're just kind of turning invisible.
You're observant enough with that 27 to realize it's one creature. There are not multiples.
One, okay. So I would say it looks like one of them is taking an interest in us and following. It doesn't seem like it's dangerous at this point, but yeah. If there's anything you want to do to, you know, is there any way we could use magic to make us be able to see it? Looking to Benson.
I know this isn't super terribly important, but do you speak that in common to everybody? Right.
Yes,
Okay.
because the only other language I know is Tortle.
No worries.
I mean, I believe I've seen someone use Fairy Fire, at least make it more targeting. As for actually seeing it, I'm not sure.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to hurt. Or it doesn't look like it has harmful intent right now, does it?
No, it does not.
It is
Maybe it just wants to...
It is invisible, though. Like, you cannot see it.
Maybe it just wants friends.
Are you sure you saw this?
Hey, now.
Is it here now?
I trust
I mean, I did die.
Is this lizard with us now?
I think we all went through a traumatic experience recently.
Yeah.
Also, Benson
So,
has
who
magic
knows?
glasses.
It could be PTSD. It could be anything.
How you said that if I cast a spell up a level, I can do the entire group?
What are you talking about?
See invisibility, since it's a level 2 spell. If I cast this level 3, could it be the group?
No. See invisibility is different. See invisibility, you're casting it from yourself.
Okay, so I can't cast it on someone. It would be for me.
If you ever read a spell description, like invisibility is the one you're saying that when you upcast it, you can target multiples. It has a specific clause in its spell caption there.
For the duration, you see invisible. Okay.
Right, and it doesn't have any blocks that allow you to shift it. So yeah, you can cast it on you and see.
I'll cast it just so I can keep an eye on.
All right.
Cody. No,
Still have those magic
he
glasses.
can see invisible creatures with his glasses. Don't cast anything.
I thought I could
Your
just see
wizard
magic.
glasses?
The
No,
magic glasses
true
you
sight.
attune to. You can see invisible creatures.
Okay. Well,
Then
you haven't
yes.
really been paying attention. Obviously, with your perception check being as low as you rolled, so you didn't even notice that he was
Okay,
there,
that's
even
fine.
though you could see him. That's hilarious. I totally forgot about the. Yeah, you
Now,
know,
great.
He was busy fighting the
Somebody
forest.
could turn invisible and sneak.
Get your head out of the book, Benson.
as he mentions it, you kind of go, huh? And then you kind of go, yeah, and then you see it, and it's just kind of like sitting on Grok's shell, just hanging out, looking at you.
Do I know what it is? Or
Well, okay, you're just staring at it, right?
yes.
And it's just staring back at you, and then you see it go, "Ah!" and then jump off of Grok and start moving towards the forest line, like it realizes what's happening.
Well, it seems to be gone now. So
Oh, I wanted a pet.
That was
Yeah.
cute.
And you actually watch it disappear as it exits out of your true sight line.
okay, it's gone now.
Do we have any chalk or dust or something that we could
Well,
throw on it to reveal it later if we need to?
a real quick note, Chody. When you see it, it's kind of like a purpley kind of colored skin, but it kind of has like a bleed to it, so it's like lighter on the top and the head, and then darker in the extremities and the tail. Its wings are, they appear to have like a draconic kind of tops to them, but instead of being kind of veiny bat-like wings or dragon-like wings, they are like butterfly wings.
Pretty.
And it's very scintillating colors on that. Very, very bright reds, yellows, purples, and pinks. And basically, it's just kind of inquisitively looking until you start looking at it, and then it kind of sees you looking at it and kind of watches for a second. Like it's sentient, it's, understanding. And then once it realizes that you can see it because you're staring right at it, it then escapes.
Oh,
I don't see it meaning any harm to us, so
I could have had a pet.
we can go ahead.
Okay.
If we see it again, we can see what.
Interrogate it.
Chody, go ahead and make a perception check as you continue on.
Passive or regular?
Regular. You're only getting it because of your passive.
15.
Good enough. You actually occasionally will see it start moving over in the corner and kind of like wandering out into your sight line. And then it kind of looks at you and kind of pays attention to you. It seems to be kind of trying to see if, from what you can tell, insight. It's pretty easy insight. It seems to be trying to see if you can see it. It's trying to gauge how far out you can see.
I'd like to act like I can't see it.
Make
Keep
it-
like a corner, but try to act like I don't.
Make a deception check.
20.
You can see it kind of like get closer, and you're kind of like, no. You see it get a little closer. No. You see it get a little closer, and it's like, you're totally faking it. And then it gets within 10 feet, and it's kind of like, and you don't focus on it, and it's like, and then just starts kind of walking with the group again.
Okay, so you explained it and I get it, but like
Yeah,
for Benson wise, would I know what it is or if it's evil or lined or whatever?
You can make either an Arcana check or a Nature check, your choice.
I'll do Arcana.
Seems like
17.
Yeah.
So you would know it's a draconic creature. You would actually recognize it as a fairy dragon. Fairy dragon are dragon that come from the Feywild, and have kind of minor magical ability. They are sometimes used as familiar by more powerful Fey creatures. Sometimes they are parts of packs. Sometimes they are individuals that kind of do as they please. As is the case with most fairies, they're either trickster type beings, and they kind of try and do things for the lulz, or they are creatures that kind of are just interested in just what's happening. They're very inquisitive, but without being like assertively so. They're just very curious.
Okay. I'm gonna continue acting again like I don't see it. And just going to kind of try to keep an eye on it, but not like really looking at it, kind of thing. Just kind of let it go about its business.
Okay. All right. You continue on. So for the next block of it, give me. I need 2 more 20-sided dice because I got the first one and that stopped you out.
You want me guys to do it? There's one.
Okay, and then 1 more. All right. You managed to make it to just outside the Bronze Shrine, just around middle afternoon, and can proceed to it as you will. So what you'll note is the it seems that the lake that you're kind of coming up to is actually kind of a drop off. It's not at ground level with like kind of a beach to it. It seems like it might have been something that was kind of dug out of the earth, or a crater or something. Actually, the cliffs of it are a bit too sheer. The presumption would be from, I would say, Benson only, is that this was some kind of quarry that has basically filled in with water this lake. And from what you can see, there is a shrine very simple, kind of white stone, and set on top of that a bronze dragon. A dragon statue made out of bronze. And then for those of you trained in Arcana, that happens to be representing an actual bronze dragon.
Pretty on the nose.
Well, that was a rough one. It's a bronze dragon. Wait,
that's fair.
Is it a real bronze dragon? No, it's a bronze statue of a bronze dragon.
Could be anything.
So this
sure that's
this
not
large
the real
body,
dragon?
we've
Sorry.
been fooled before. This large body of water, that's the quarry you were talking about on
Yeah.
the map? Okay. It's a big old quarry.
Mm-hmm.
Lake Araman.
Yeah. The other thing you'll note too is it appears that kind of from this distance, and if you've been south of here, which some of you have in your history, you would know that the river, the Sirios River, connects with another kind of stream or body run of water from this direction. So this appears to be the source of that run. If you'd like, you can make a history check to learn a little bit more about the Bronzestone Lake.
Which way did the rivers flow? I don't remember.
South.
Okay.
I'll think real hard on it. It's a 4.
Can't even remember your own history. You certainly
Yeah.
can't remember the history.
That's why I made intelligence the dump stat.
24.
So, in typical Benson fashion, I presume, he is probably... Are you speaking these facts as you're kind of...
Yeah, like I'm just teaching a class, but talking out loud, thinking, ha ha ha.
Normal Benson methodology. So, the Bronzestone Lake was a quarry and bronze mine for the nearby town of Mudis, some 100, 200 or so, well before the Civil War actually, so 700 years ago. And basically they dug too deep and basically unearthed a massive amount of water underneath, and because they broke the stone that allowed for it to kind of come up, this wellspring kind of filled out the shrine. Or sorry, not the shrine, well, also the shrine, but filled out the quarry and started running down into the lands to the south. The flooding in the area at the time was horrendous, and they built a kind of commemorative shrine, since the shrine here was flooded out, south of the quarry, known as Venero.
Okay.
So what's the dragon?
Everything seems to check out. So yeah, the dragon would be something that Raya would know about with his check. The dragon happens to be a representational of a dragon that once lived in the shrine at Bronzestone. Yeah, that dragon kind of protected the area, but at the same time kind of ruled the area, not too dissimilarly as a Curios would.
Did it have a name?
I'm trying to out of character think about the lore of the game. Wasn't there a good dragon that like converted Oru to be a good dragon?
Yes, there was. It was a dragon.
It was not this one?
It was not this one. I'm getting the name
Okay.
for this one here. Hold on.
Take your time.
Uh-huh.
Because Oru's the only good dragon that we know of in the like current existence.
Right. This would be the second one, apparently. The dragon is Lamaruntosp.
What's the llamas?
Lamarantosa?
I'm going to post it here.
Okay. Oh, that's a...
That's a hell of a dragon
oh,
name.
boy.
That's a doozy.
Most folks call him Lamaru.
Did you just slam your face on the keyboard for that? What in the world?
Yeah, I just face roll. I was like,
He just let the cat walk over the keyboard real
dragon
fast.
name. Just dragon name.
And we are here to kill or drive out a dragon at the Curios' request, right?
That's what you were told.
But this is not the semi-good dragon from yesteryear.
The presumption would be the case, yeah.
Cool.
Maybe we can tame it.
Doubt it.
Yeah. Look, I had this really bad habit when I first played D&D of trying to tame every creature I could get around.
Nah, just kill him.
Common.
It's easier.
That's what animal handling's for.
So, if you make your way over to the statue, first things first, you'll notice that the fairy dragon, specifically for Benson, kind of jumps up onto it and starts kind of bouncing around on it, like it's a playground. Seems to be having fun with that.
I was
love
gonna
this
do
thing
almost
more.
that to take a better look. Like not actually like jump around on it, but just examine the thing.
Sure. You'll notice very quickly, and it doesn't take too much effort to notice, is there appears to be kind of a round base, right, the dais of the statue, and there appears to be kind of a drawn-out line carved into the back of the dais that is almost door-shaped. But there doesn't appear to be any mechanism or method for opening it.
I'll knock on the door.
Nothing happens.
Wait for someone smarter than me.
Would you like me to investigate your doorway?
Benson Raya, there's a door over here.
Had bad experiences with jumping into doors. I'm would like
Raya, come
first.
magic this door open.
I'm going to investigate the door.
Okay. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any method for it opening on this side. No mechanism or anything to that effect. You kind of touch the door. It doesn't seem to shove in or move at all. But the presumption is looking at it. If there is a mechanism, it's on the back side of it. It will pull the door backwards and either slot it to the sides, downwards, upwards. Probably not upwards because dragon statue. So it'll slot it aside. But
Where the assumption is the door will move inward and then around?
yeah.
Okay. Or out and then around.
It could potentially do that as well, but based
Okay.
on there being no mechanism on the exterior, that would have to be some kind of weird magic stuff, so you're not sure. You do notice that there is kind of a bit of an inscription underneath the statue, but it seems that weather and being up on the top of this kind of cliff here, you're probably about 150 feet above the water line. You can sense that there's like a bit of wind here, so obviously destroy this stone inscription. But you can make out a couple of words, and it appears that they're written in Draconic. And those of you who can speak it are hard pressed to suss out exactly what was said here. It either says like for like or lightning. You're not sure.
Are bronze dragons a lightning type?
With your Arcana check being trained, you would know that bronze dragons do spit a breath that is a lightning line.
Okay. And then are there any other openings on this place?
There don't appear to be. If you look over the cliff, however, you will note that there does appear to be a small rocky kind of outcropping with kind of a strange stone plank coming out of it. And there also appears to be what looks like just a really strange kind of aberration that once it kind of gets to a certain point, it kind of inverts in instead of just going straight down.
So we have a potential for a basement entrance, or Benson can try to blast this thing with lightning and see if it opens. And if he's going to do that, I want to be not standing on it when he does it.
Probably the better choice.
Probably
I
make
can-
sure no one else is standing on it too. I don't know if you really want to reveal anything, but
Can I use
Somebody-
shocking grasp instead of a lightning bolt?
What are you touching with shocking grasp?
Not, I don't want to touch it.
That's what she said. Oh, me!
Uh,
Sorry, my joke was dumb.
I'd say target the statue. If this is a doorway, does the doorway appear big enough that a dragon could pass through it?
It's let me double check. Just a good question.
Feels like it should be.
It's about 10 feet wide. So if it were a dragon, it would have to be kind of a smaller one. Or medium size. Well, no, it'd be smaller. I think wormlings in this are medium. So yeah, either medium or large.
Okay.
I'd go check out that other door.
Yeah, but we're already here.
I'm gonna try the statue. Target the statue. Shocking grasp.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It does seem that the bronze, this metal, is conductive. It does seem to do kind of a, like, goes through it a bit, but nothing else happens.
That one.
So hit it with something, or you guys want to go to the basement?
I'd say this one's a little confusing. We can maybe make it down to the basement. Work
I
our way
can
up.
cast knock if we need to. That's not an issue. I don't know if that would open it or not.
So has anyone touched the dragon statue?
Yeah, I think we all have.
Yeah, I've been all over it.
So you've searched it for levers and switches and things like that?
I could do so more carefully. I don't. Yeah, I'll search it. I'll try to.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah,
And you're searching the statue and the
I'm
structure?
I'm searching all along the statue
Okay.
for any kind of mechanism. Investigation. 7.
It is a statue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
he kind of, well,
Seems to be made of some kind of metal.
And formed in the shape of a dragon.
I'm not sure which.
May or may not be real metal.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, hold on. So the it is a bronze statue. I mentioned that part. The smarter of you lot probably understand that bronze being this close to kind of an open water source and wind kind of brushing that water up at it would cause
Tina.
it to have a patina. It does not. It's perfectly nice and shiny.
So it's not real bronze.
If you go up to it and check it, it appears to be real bronze.
Maybe it's
Isn't the
magic
shrine
bronze.
well above the water?
Sorry?
Wasn't the shrine well above the water?
Yeah,
It should
but
still be oxidizing though.
the wind
Yeah.
and then evaporation on a sunny day. Yeah, I mean it's pretty close to a water source.
They were
What
saying
is
this is what 700 years old.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like in my house where it's dry as I hate January, but it's there's water. It's nearby. It's humid.
What is this oxidizing you speak of, Shambles?
Points to his elbow.
Look, yeah. I was like, well, metal doesn't like being exposed, I guess.
As he pulls out an oil can.
I have observed that, yes.
So this egg should be, a bluish color. My guess, green maybe.
Brown.
Mhm.
Yeah, bronze goes kind of a brownish.
Somebody's been very carefully brushing or maintaining this thing.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
probably
what
it.
else to tell you.
So basement.
Basement it is.
Yeah, let's go.
Stop coming to me for answers. I'm not that.
Okay, so the descent is about 150 feet. It does look like the water below does have kind of a motion to it. There's it seems that it's splashing against the base of this cliff in a pretty heady way. And thinking about it, you're like, where is it getting that kind of momentum? And you remember the story that Benson was blathering on about a bit ago, and Rye was like, well, actually, during it. But you'll note that the spring appears to be a forceful one. So forceful that it actually flooded the area around here for a time. So this appears to be the current base level of where the quarry and the water exiting it on the southern side kind of meets. So that said, how are we going down 100 feet, 150 feet?
Oh, I'm just gonna walk.
Okay.
Tricky.
We can tie together some rope. I'm sure we all have enough to make that, right?
tied to the
I
dragon.
ditched my rope.
Yeah, I dumped my rope a while back.
I don't believe I have any either.
Boy.
You have any rope there, Grok?
I have
Grok,
one.
Grok, I'm sure has 50. Yeah, Grok has 50 feet of rope.
Do you want to scout ahead?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I mean, couldn't Shambles just fly down there?
I'll leave them my rope and then I go.
Okay, great. We'll tie together the rope to make 100 feet.
Shambles, are you flying
And,
down?
Now it's just a 50-foot fall.
Oh, I thought it says 100 feet down.
150.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll look for means for them to climb down more easily.
Okay, so you're
But
staying with
mostly, following Raya at a reasonable distance.
them. Okay. So, Raya, you'd be the first to kind of notice. There appears to be kind of that swell that I mentioned. As it kind of descends in and kind of dips down again, you notice that there's kind of a round to the underneath that. Like there's a pillar that kind of goes directly underneath where the shrine is. You can see that there are two window-like openings, though they seem to have kind of rough, jagged edges, but they do appear to be kind of portals of some sort, kind of along the sides of this round wall. There are no.
That's in the cliff face that we are on, or that's out in the middle of the water?
That's in the cliff face that you are on.
Okay.
Yeah. And you would kind of, move towards those, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah. And kind of peek in. This is probably about 50 feet above where the landing is. Actually, no, sorry, scratch that. This is probably about 20 feet above where the landing is, which you can see off to your left. Here, hold on a second. Let me just map you.
No, I can't.
You are Raya.
Correct.
Or Zadok Mishrael, if you prefer. The main thing is that the overhang seems to cause a certain shadowing to it, so you can't really see. It's dark, but you can see through your elf vision. That said, here we go. And you said you're flying at a distance behind, right, Shambles?
Yeah, I'd be maybe 10, 15 feet behind. I'm just sort of scanning the cliff face.
Okay. So you'd be able to see
above, rather.
the two windows that I mentioned, kind of
Sure.
here and here.
Okay.
And let me get the map checked so that people watching at home can see too.
Is there something in the top left corner? There's a big
Yeah,
black
I'm not
square.
seeing anything.
Well, yeah, you
There it
won't be
goes.
able to see anything yet, Shodi, Brent, or Andy, because you're not on the map. That square is kind of a descent down, so it's like a sub map. So yeah, just ignore it.
Okay. From where we are, just open water.
Yes, lots and
Got
lots.
it.
But yeah, that said, two entryways that you can see.
Yeah, I'll take a peek. What's going on in there?
Okay. Inside of this large open round chamber, it seems like it kind of funnels upwards. There's a staircase on the northern side of this circular room, and it looks like it goes all the way up to the... Oh no, sorry, this is the descent. Is it? Double checking. Yeah, sorry, that staircase goes down into the ground. Let's see. Get the right stuff here. Yeah. Oh, double checking. Bear with me here.
It's fine, but I mean, it's a staircase, not an escalator, right? So it goes both ways.
Well, it stops on this level.
Okay.
And it goes up. Sorry. It looks like it doesn't go up all the way. It doesn't go all the way to the cliff's top. It looks like it's kind of goes into a ceiling that would be probably about 50 feet off of where you're at, so 70 feet off of water line, and that would mean it would be 80 feet from the top.
Good job.
I did good math.
Okay.
Then there's a big hole in the center. The ceiling also has an engraving on it in Draconic script. Do you read it?
Yes.
Okay. It reads...
If I'm there, I should say. I'm not there yet, am I?
You are not. I can read
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Don't
not
worry.
there.
Can you read it? Yeah. Okay, it says, the walls... it says, only those who speak her scaly name may ascend. That is it.
Cool. It says that on the ceiling
Yep.
where the stairs appear to end.
Right at a blank ceiling. It looks like they go right up, and there's no, like, if you were to walk up them, you'd kind of get bottled.
Got it. So my assumption is we walk to the top of the stairs and say the dragon's name, and a doorway should appear.
Yeah, if you can pronounce it.
Makes sense to me.
That's
How's this cliff face looking? Am I seeing any reasonable paths for people with 100 feet of rope to scale down 150 feet?
No.
Do any of you guys have a climbing kit, hammer and pittons? Because you can climb down 50 and then reset your rope.
Yeah, so here's the thing. At about where the floor for that, whatever that is, chamber, that's when it starts to divot in and come down, right? So the chamber above that is bigger. So that's actually probably 20-foot distance from, so like, here's the wall, and then you have to kind of go down and diagonally inwards 20 feet, and then continue your descent.
As long as everyone else can get through, I think I'll be fine. Just worried about the others.
Hammer and pittons, then just swing.
You have a magical means?
Yes, sir.
I don't think anyone has pittons.
You need a dungeoneer's
Do we want to get you down there? And well, it takes attunement. Never mind, that won't work.
You who? Me?
Yeah, I was going to say
I'm
we
fine.
could share. Yeah, I get that. We could get you down there and then trade shoes, but it takes attunement for the shoes, so you wouldn't be able to fly. I can fly, but
Don't leave my feet.
yeah, exactly. So
Until I die 3 more times.
What level spell is fly?
it's 3.
I don't burn those. Yeah, just hammer.
Brooklyn, any ideas? You feeling strong? You feeling invincible?
I feel invincible, that's for sure.
Just throw them off the cliff. Slam
Who
them
are
to the
going to
rock.
be our people with problems? I also can cast Spider Climb as well, which won't be an issue, but that's a level 2 spell.
You have like a slow fall or a
feather fall.
No, sir, I
That's
don't.
one.
Misty Step is the only thing I got, but I don't think that would help in this situation.
Good jump, and as you're falling, cast Misty Step, and then
That's
shoot
not
in
good
there.
timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I make a dexterity saving throw for that. And as I discussed before, and I think we've got this over 2 or 3 times, the momentum will not be saved, so you would fall.
It's saved.
Oh, it is saved. That's what I
You're
would
locked. Yeah. After you teleport, you're locked in position. There is no more momentum.
Right. That's what I was just saying. So yeah, I'm saying if you do time it right, you need to make a dexterity saving throw, and that's the key, because you are falling at a pretty fast speed. It's not so much whether or not, because if you do cast it, you're safe. If you don't cast it, you hit with the words slowly almost finished out of your face.
Well, I have 3 level 2 spells. I can cast all 3 of them, and we can all have Spider Climb and walk down there if we like.
I think Spider Climb can target multiples. Hold on.
I'm just going to point out there is a little dragon thing inside of this temple.
Oh, you can see that?
I can't.
I can on stream.
I don't believe him.
Yep. So that's actually what appears to be a drake.
And it looks like a pile of gold and perhaps another statue behind it. I can only see part of it.
Actually, no. Hold on. Oh, perfect. No, that appears to be very similar in kind to the thing that you've been kind of having tail you. It appears to be a strange little fairy dragon just sitting there in the room, kind of. Looks like it's counting something.
That means 2 of us can have fairy dragon pets.
Gambles, I'm going to go inside.
Yeah, you do that, but be careful. I'm not responsible for you.
Oh.
I gotta negotiate this cliff face for 3 others.
You,
I'm going to say hello to the dragon in Draconic.
You hear a voice come from the south. Huh? Who's that? And then you see a person coming around the corner. You make a dexterity saving throw to try and see if you can hide quickly back out the window. Otherwise, they're going to spot you.
No, I'm going to let them see me.
Okay.
I announce myself.
They see you, and they draw their blades, looking at you, like they're prepared to do combat with you. Who are you, interloper?
I am Zadok Mishael in
Sorry.
Draconic.
Surrender now, or prepare to fight.
Or not.
Those are your 2 options. At
I'm
that,
actually here.
What's his
seeking out
name?
a dragon.
a third one comes out just to make it
Yeah.
not too Team Rocket.
Have you guys seen a bronze dragon around here?
They start stepping forward with blades. They don't look like they're too happy about you being in their place.
As they step forward, I will step out and above the doorway.
So you're climbing away.
Not away, just right above the doorway, and I'll draw my weapon.
Okay. You see them go, "What the?" And one of them says, "Must be a wizard." And then you see them kind of take their swords and put them back in their sheaths. Are you doing anything combat-wise? Are you fighting them?
Like the hide action for right now.
Okay. As they kind of put their swords away and start pulling out what appear to be hand crossbows, they all kind of look up and go, "Where did he go?" You see them kind of looking around. Make a perception check as you dip out too. Good enough.
20.
14's good enough. They appear to all be wearing medallions with a kind of S-shaped bronze dragon. If you are familiar with Strongbad, it literally looks like Trogdor sans the beefy arm.
And it's cooler than a letter A.
You just keep doing what you're doing there. So, yeah, that said, are you retreating away or...
Here.
Okay.
Guy with no magic. Hit
100
him in
feet
the
around,
face.
if you're going to wrap it around safely around the bronze statue and then descend it down, because it seems to be the only thing you can tie it to, it's a good 10 feet in, and it's going to take you a good 5 feet of rope to tie it off to the dragon. If that's been done and you have 100 feet only, that means 15's removed already from the start, which means you can just get about down to where the dip goes.
I look at Shambles and kind of give a, "Do we need to hurry?" kind of like, if he said what he said above, then
I'm like looking down at Raya, sort of
If you're up
hiding
there.
around the outside of the building.
You can't see the doorway from up there.
As you're kind of up there on your position, Ryan, you find a nice little crook in the stone, which you can kind of blend into and keep an eye on the window, that you're pretty sure they won't be able to see you up at. You do see one of them kind of look out and kind of start looking around and then looking down like they're searching you out, and they've got the hand crossbow kind of drawn, and they're kind of looking around, confused.
Let one reach out far enough that I can stab it in the head.
You'd have to drop down, which might provoke them, the people behind, shooting at you. But yeah, if you want to be hostile in this, you could.
If it's not in good reach.
You see him.
I'll give Benson a wave, and I need to look for Raya.
Well, you see her actually. Sorry, this one would be a female. She kind of goes, "I don't know where he went," and they kind of go, "Just let's get everyone on alert." And she goes back out of the window and into the shrine area. You then hear a loud bell sound. Sounds like someone with like a handbell. Yeah.
that didn't go sound well.
Is there a big rock or anything like that near the
There's a bronze statue.
Yeah. How is it possible to move that statue? If I try to heft it?
Technically, yes, but probably not.
I think
So I'm
that's
gonna
a four teams of horses kind of thing.
Got it.
I'm
just seeing
gonna.
if there's something I can push down there, if we can get them.
Yeah, based on its size and my calculations from before, it probably weighs a good 3.5 tons.
How long does it seem like it's going to take them to walk down the hillside and get inside of there?
Wise, it was about 150 feet.
Down the hillside.
Well,
If
down
they were to walk down the cliff
Oh,
with
not
spider
long.
climb,
Yeah, you've had plenty of time up there. I was just telling you that the plan that you'd given me was ropes, and that's not really...
I'm looking at spider climb right now, and the fact of saying
Okay.
here, spider climb, go walk down. Okay, great. Let go of the concentration. Spider climb, go walk down. Let go of the concentration, kind of thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that just to get us down there and get us
Who do you
going.
want to do first?
Rooklyn, are you okay with it, or Grok?
I'll take it.
Okay.
All right, we'll do Rooklyn first.
So, Brooklyn, you start making your way down. Obviously, you haven't gotten your spider legs before, So when he explains to you, you'll be fine, and you start walking and kind of crawling down the stone, you're not as graceful by a tenth, by a hundredth as Raya is, as you've seen him be. You're just like, oh, this is weird. But you make your way down, in sure enough time. You would see that Raya's kind of. Well, actually, you wouldn't see Raya. Unless, Raya, you see Rooklyn. Do you want to signal yourself?
If I see him come around, I'll just kind of put a hand up and like wait right there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Rooklyn, make a perception check. I'm going to use the disadvantaged stealth to see if he catches you. Yeah, he doesn't see you put a hand up.
After seeing him come down, I'm ready to cast the web spell inside the room.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of peek back in, and you can see that several of them have kind of come around. Some of them are wearing kind of robes, but they all seem to have the same kind of accoutrement. It appears to be a rapier and hand crossbow. One of them kind of looks to the others, and as he does so, you see the fairy dragon from the other room kind of fly over and land on this individual's shoulder. Hold on. And he says to everyone, in Draconic, which you understand if I recall, he says, the master should be made aware.
Yeah, with that, I'll cast web inside the room.
Okay.
40 by 40.
Just draw,
40s and stuff are in there, so it should still be 10 feet thick.
draw a square. Is your square drawn? I got lagged out.
No, I'm looking at.
Okay.
Should be that.
Okay.
DC 13 save. It's 40 by 40 by 10.
All right. Let's see.
Do I see Rooklyn coming down the cliff?
Yes.
I assume you were guiding them down.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to point him in the direction of that sort of pier at the bottom of the cliff.
Okay.
Have him just bypass Raya's area.
For sure. Let's go with.
And once he makes it there, signal for Benson to send himself or Grok.
Oh, that's 40 feet deep, not 10. It's 40 by 40 by 40.
Okay. It's cube.
Makes a 20-foot cube, and I double it with the cloak.
Okay. So it doesn't touch the ceiling.
No.
It would just kind of connect out and kind of fold in on itself towards the thing. So it's actually more of a triangle.
Yeah, like a tent off the pillars, yeah.
Yeah. The individuals will make their dexterity saving throws, right?
Well, with the wall on the south side, it should be 40 feet across there, and then triangle out, or angle down on over the water.
So it's basically, it's connected, and it's kind of like a lean-to.
Yeah.
Effectively. So dex saving throws, looks like we got a total of that many. You said DC 13?
That's what the spell thing says.
Yeah. Because it's from a cloak that's giving you a bunch of other stuff. That makes sense.
Well, that's the base spell, not from the cloak. The cloak just doubles it.
No, I know. Let's see.
Oh, see down there it says DC 14.
It's going off your spell save DC, so it's using your wisdom.
Okay, so which one is it?
It should be whatever the item says.
Let me see if the cloak says something too then. Okay, cloak says 13.
That's the one. Okay. So it appears that the only one you catch in the web is this one. I'm going to mark him. It's the one to the far north side, the one closest to the pool.
Okay, he's restrained. The rest are just stuck in difficult terrain.
Correct. Let's see. Okay. So they immediately kind of see that happen. There were 2 that were readying actions, so they fire their crossbow bolts back out to you. You'll have cover for the purposes of this. So it'll be 13 misses and a 24 probably hits.
It will.
And it'll do 6 piercing damage. The one with the... oh, I didn't say for the dragon. Hold on.
Got crossbow too. Kind of like straddles it.
The little dragon
It's already.
rolled out in the open and certainly doesn't make it. He is captured in the web.
Did you say you marked one of them that was restrained also?
Yeah, I should have a tentacle in the top right corner of his token.
Okay, it's either in the shadow or something.
Alright, so real quick, Brooklyn, your speed is 30. You probably would have been moving at a normal pace, not dashing. I would say by the time that this all engages, you are 60 feet off of the platform, which means you are...
He should be 20 feet from me, because it's
Oh.
a 20-foot cliff edge, and he's...
Right. He
Him clearing the cliff edge is what made me cast.
He could see you, but he... Well, now he can't
Right.
see you. Okay, let me get him on the table. We'll go with...
He'd just be 20 feet away from me, whatever.
Well, yeah, and up, and yeah. So you have to come down and then continue your descent. You're about 70 feet away from dropping off to... Because you're at the top of this chamber. So it's about 70 feet to drop to the platform below.
Oh, does the door go all the way up? With a window?
The window doesn't, no. It's where you're at, it's about 10 feet. And
Okay.
inside the chamber, it's like literally 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet off of the ground.
Okay.
So you can kind of step through it, and it doesn't provide a lot of cover for anyone in or out. But because you're kind of shooting from upside down and inwards with the web, I presumed you weren't like going all the way down there.
No, an arm and a head, probably.
Yeah, at most. Perfect. So then, what we're gonna do is, if you are Grok, Benson, Grok or Benson, because you guys are up on the top, you are currently acting on initiative 1, and you're going to be doing more nebulous actions. Shambles, you are still in a position so you can see both parties. And Benson's kind of looking down at you and is maintaining concentration on the spell. So you're basically right at the level where the divot kind of goes inwards, okay? And then Grok, I'm assuming you're standing right near Benson to make sure he doesn't fall off or anything.
Yep. I
Sure.
would love to get down there.
Feel free to drop.
No.
Wouldn't be the first time you've jumped off a cliff into the water to save somebody.
You know,
Well,
yeah, that's true.
Perfect.
I
You
lost,
jump,
I
and
lost
then
him
I'll
that day.
do like a double foot kick through the window.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Tsumaki him through the window.
Yeah.
Brock can just fall to his death, and then the feather will revive him.
That joke was so good. I'm just taking the rest of the week off. Like that's
That hurts my feelings. That was another way that Shadow died.
oh, good times. But yeah, for everything else, everybody who else is present, go ahead and make an initiative roll. And I'm going to, because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to put Benson and Grok on the map, but not actually in the fight. Just so you can kind of see what's going on. Fair enough. Okay, Brooklyn rolled, Shambles rolled, and need a Raya.
Yeah, sorry, I screwed it up.
Typical.
I'm on a 12.2.
Go ahead and change it on there, if you know. Okay,
I was still in draw mode.
fair enough. So, Shambles, you definitely see one bolt kind of sink into Mishrael, and one kind of whoosh out into the open.
Grazed me at best.
It probably is more stuck in your robe than anything else. But do you want to do anything engagement wise? You are also looking at Benson.
Where is Rooklyn from a secure foothold?
He's
landing somewhere.
You're just waiting for him.
I was hoping to get him somewhere so I could signal to Benson he doesn't have to concentrate on his spider climb.
Yeah, he's 70 feet off of the landing, if that's the direction he's headed.
I'm going to hold until
holding.
It's gonna take him 2 rounds to get to a footing,
unless he jumps. Yeah. All right. So they're in difficult terrain with the webbing. They are going to start kind of moving out of it angrily. And you hear one of them in the common tongue yell, "I told you he was a wizard!" So that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Alright, and it should be fine for that to do this.
And the latest Riot arc is just designed to piss off Benson.
They're going to pop into this chamber here.
Powerful wizard I've ever heard of.
This one's going to move back.
No.
This way.
Oh, hold on. If they start their turn in the web, they need to make another deck save.
Okay. So then it'll be... Got it. DC 13, right?
Yeah.
The 3 on the left are fine. They make it to where they're going. Of the 2 that went south, one of them doesn't make it, so I'm putting them back in the square that they were in. If they're stuck already, they can take an action to break free, right?
Yes, it is a strength save.
That's a tough one.
Strength check against your spell save DC.
So 13. Manages to pull it off. So the one inside of it will no longer be wrapped up, and they will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get up to there. They've expended their action, the other 3 haven't. Dun dun. And the dragon is going to Misty Step out of the webbing onto the shoulder of the leader guy. Alright, you see that the leader guy at the back end, you see him kind of reach into his robes and pull out what appears to be a coral wand, kind of hold it, and looks like he's aiming it at the door. The ones on the other side, as they're kind of getting out of the webs, some of them already had their hand crossbows drawn, some of them didn't have weapons at all. They're all getting the crossbows out and loaded and are all aiming at the door. The dragon, the little dragon, as it's kind of trying to get free, it yells out something in Draconic, kind of like a barking sound, and you recognize it. It's the name of the dragon, which I don't have to pronounce. That's your chore.
Lehman Russ.
Lehman Russ, yes. Of course. He is a tank. Alright, that's them. Raya, you're up. You're definitely familiar with the sounds of crossbows being locked and readied, especially hand crossbows. It's a very rogue-like weapon. So you're pretty sure that if you pop back out, it'll be Pincushion City.
Okay. I'm going to delay.
Okay. Brooklyn?
Gonna keep making my way down the mountain.
Okay.
You gotta move, man.
So next, if you want to dash, you can.
Yeah, I'll take action to dash.
Again, flavor-wise, you're being hesitant and kind of like, I don't know about this, I'm not sure. But
I am panicking him. I am rushing him down that mountain.
When it comes to like the actual
trying to push him
mechanics of it, you aren't falling off the cliff. So I'm
jumping up and down on his back.
You're about 10 feet off of the thing if you just want to drop down onto it.
Fun.
Okay.
I'm going to make shooty motions with my hands and point at the door.
As you kind of slam down onto the stone, you can see that there's a staircase that leads into the chamber. It does appear to be a bit slick, as is the ground you're kind of standing on. As you kind of hit and kind of kneel down, you kind of do like a superhero landing. You're pretty stable at this point, but you feel like
Those are hard knees.
if you're going to move past that, like if you kind of stand up and start rushing towards the stairs or moving towards the stairs, you'll do so at half speed, or you might have a chance of falling. All right, that's it for Brooklyn. Hold on a second. At the one initiative, we've got Benson. Shambles, you're free to gesture that.
Oh yeah, once I see him hit the ground,
So on initiative
to
one,
Benson, Turtle.
If you cast it on Grok, Chris, you could just climb down on him, right?
I mean, as long as you're strong enough to
Carry.
hold on to it, I'm not.
Is that a thing that Spider Climb allows you to do? Could I
So,
climb and have
It would
him on
depend
me?
on your encumbrance.
again, you have to be able to carry him, but there is
Yeah.
no current saddle or placement or holding for him. So you're not a mount.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
do it one at a time.
Especially when you're going upside down. So if he is going to be on you, he would have to make a strength check to be able to hold on to the turtle the whole time.
What if we take a piece of cloth or clothing or a belt or something like that
You
and
can try
tie
to
it?
fashion that. It's going to take some time.
Okay, all right.
Let's just go. I'll cast Spider Climb on him and say, gotta hurry, gotta go.
All right. So
And-
then I would dash down.
You're 60 down, so you're right at just about 10 feet shy of the...
He can concentrate on 2 spells at the same time, right?
No.
No, only one. That's why
okay, I
I'm
thought he
taking
could.
one at a time. Otherwise, we would all would win.
Shambles, it is back to you as we rotate fully.
I get the idea that I'm gonna guess Benson knows his spell well enough, and the rate that guy's going, he can make a guess as to
Oh,
how soon he can cut that concentration.
sorry. Make an intelligence saving throw, Shambles.
Oh, good. 15.
Exactly what you needed. So you would actually, at this point, as you're kind of focusing between the two, kind of stop for a second and kind of look at the cliff face in front of you that Grok just turtled past. And there appears to be a nice 20-foot hole, square, directly in front of you that doesn't appear to be present. Like there's some sort of illusion there. Inside of that hole, you can see a very massive-looking dragon slowly kind of walking towards the opening.
Uh-oh.
Did I not climb right over top of that?
You sure did.
Okay.
So did I.
Damn it.
Oh, it's a bronze dragon, by the way.
So the save was to notice it, or
Yeah, illusions.
to realize it's a real thing and not a
it
fake?
is an illusion, but some illusions can have tangibility to them.
So the dragon's an illusion. So who cares?
No, the
I got it. It was a joke. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, not all illusions are transparent and move throughable.
Next.
Alright, I'm absolutely seeing a dragon.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, you can still see the wall, but it kind of has like a transparent nature to it now that you've basically been sitting in front of it the whole time. It's the only reason why you're the only one getting a save, and people who walked over it didn't notice.
Okay.
You've been staring at a wall, occasionally looking down at people, and then occasionally looking up. It's been in
Okay.
your sight line the whole time.
So I'm just now realizing that there's something behind the wall.
You can
That's
now
what you're saying.
you can now see
The
that
illusion
moving
the
that's
illusion
there.
was a wall that they could walk across.
Right.
Is what's getting me. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the illusion itself was the dragon.
Not at all. The dragon is real.
Okay. I misunderstood. That's a problem for later. Benson will be happily moving past that. So I'm getting through that window.
Okay. You were 20 feet up from Raya. So it'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get to Raya, because he's 25 away, and diagonals don't matter for me. And if you're moving into it beyond Raya, you are moving into it, right? Or are you just getting to the window?
Can I see Raya?
Yeah, he is not.
I'm sitting there making shooting motions and pointing at the door to Rooklyn.
I'm gonna try to signal. Go ahead, John.
I said as Brooklyn was passing by, he was doing and pointing at the window.
I'm gonna signal back. Lethal. Are we doing this? Or?
Fuck them up. Bro.
I thought I heard words exchanged. All right, I'm going in there.
Yeah, they weren't nice. You guys are dicks. Just want to talk to Lamaru.
Okay.
I'm getting shot.
The second you breach the window, they go, "What the?" and they all shoot. The one in the back line leads off.
It's true. I am the greatest wizard.
The one in the back line leads the assault. A massive lightning bolt goes shooting out the window. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
26.
Success. You have evasion. The lightning bolt goes shooting out the window past you. And then crossbow bolt shots. We got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because even though they were locked in the web, they are still able to. That was one of the ones that had it beforehand. 5, 6, 7 shots.
Quick question. A delayed action, does it terminate at 1 or does it terminate before your next turn?
So it just is wasted if it gets to your turn. And typically, I don't particularly like the double ups that you did.
No, yeah, I just noticed he was on 20. I didn't. It's fine if I miss one. I just wanted clarification.
Yeah.
So bottom of the order, that'll just be the termination point for a held action.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually I'm at the top of the order, and this doesn't happen.
Fair.
I was genuinely going for the flavor of somebody's got a signal to Benson that concentration needs to be cut off. Anyway.
So
I'm getting shot a bunch.
Your AC right now is 21 or 20?
21.
Okay. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3 regular hits. Or sorry, let's do it in order. First one misses, second one misses, third one misses, fourth one hits. Do you want to use your reaction to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and deflect it.
Okay, that's a good choice. That was the crit. So go ahead and give me the
D10 plus.
Actually, I don't think you can fail with the damage I rolled. So yeah, you block it all. I got a total of 9 damage. I think it's your level plus some nonsense.
Plus a D10.
Yeah. So you catch it. Do you want to throw it back? Or just...
I'm going to throw it on the ground.
Okay.
Stop it.
Rude.
Okay. And then the next...
Another 2 hits or 1 hit?
It'll be a total of 3 regular hits and 1 crit. So...
Any shots went up?
It was a total of 8. 1, 2,
Damn.
3, 4,
yeah, that's a lot
5,
of dudes.
6, 7, and this one shoots twice. Alright. They all do look the same, but that's intentional, because they all kind of look the same. But they're all different. So, 1, 2, 3. It'll be a total of 19 damage getting through. And the one in the back line, after shooting the lightning bolt, sees you kind of dodge. You see his face kind of go, huh? And then he goes, surrender! Leave this place! You're not welcome!
I got a lot of time on my hands. I highly recommend you surrender.
That's a reaction to interrupt yours. So you are still completing your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to start punching them. I'm going to go non-lethal. I'm not convinced these are terrible people, but they're going down. Just going to go bottom to top. This guy to the south of me.
Mm-hmm.
17, 18.
Both hit.
For 12 and 11, 23.
You slam her. This is the one that was scouting ahead in the first place. Slam her in the shoulder and then kind of, catch her in the face. She kind of backs away from you, shakes it off, and is kind of holding the crossbow a little less concerned with it, and is kind of looking like she's reaching for her weapon on her belt.
Then bonus action, let's go ahead and give her another kick to the face.
Okay.
22 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
another 14 damage, total 37.
She kind of stumbles back a bit, spits blood out of her mouth, and kind of looks at you. You can see like her nose is also kind of bloody as well. Anything else from you?
I'll let it slide. I feel happy here.
All right. As it goes to their turn, all the ones that are close to you bring out their swords. As you hear the metal kind of shing, you hear the one on the opposite side try to take it alive. And
Good answer.
as she says that, you see the wand kind of come up again. No talks, and the lightning bolts come spraying straight towards you again. Another dex saving throw.
14 this time.
That will fail. So you'll take half because of evasion.
Yep.
Got 29, so that'll be 14 damage lightning. And then the ones with the swords move in to surround. All of them kind of coming in with their left arms up. Looks like they're kind of using the gauntlets that they have as kind of like a shielding method. And they kind of hold the rapiers in a strange fashion and kind of strike from underneath to kind of disguise their attacks. The second that happens for you, Shambles, you kind of go and kind of blank for a second.
It's a familiar style.
You realize that this was the style that you remember seeing in the pit fights a lot, and you would actually recognize the technique. We'll discuss what that means later, but
Okay.
it's familiar. As they're striking at you, I need you to just make... actually, what's your passive perception? That's what this is.
17.
Okay, so bing, 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 bing. Okay, looks like one of them succeeds. And then the others will attack. Miss, hit. And the one that got it hit. Okay, so you'll be taking 7 points of damage from the normal hit. And you'll be taking 15 points of damage from the unnormal hit. It appears that as they're kind of striking, you're kind of moving to each and watching and waiting for where it goes and kind of blocking and moving it aside. As this one kind of comes up, you're thinking it's going to be up, but it comes from underneath and catches you in the hip. And it's a surprising strike. It like catches you off guard. It hurts a bit more than you were anticipating. The one trapped in the web kind of seems to let go of the hand crossbow, and it remains kind of just lingering there in the web. By the way, too, the web in the center portion there has kind of been burrowed through twice with 2 lightning bolts. I know it's typically fire that burns out webbing, but just for the purposes of that, there's a perfect tunnel kind of in between for sight lines. So you can see the one across the way, and they can see you. You still have to suffer the web's problems if you go into it, but yeah, it's not obscuring anymore.
Oh, good.
The 2 on the other side, though, they're shooting with the obscuring portion. They are shooting at you. They both miss. And, Raya, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to move in. I'm going to hang on the wall just above Shambles. I'm going to cast Thunderwave on these 3 in a vertical line, pushing them back into the web.
Wizards?
So I just push back in. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, on the save.
Yeah, I got you. So give me the it's con save 14 for this, right?
Yes. That was just shit damage.
That's an excellent Thunderwave.
Okay, now I know it goes back a bit further than 5 feet, but
Yeah, it's only 10, but yeah, they'll get stuck in the web. That's what I wanted.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm going to finish my movement by jumping across into the web and then clinging to the pillar above them.
Okay. So as you do so, if you are coming up and out and doing so, the one that doesn't get knocked back will perform an opportunity attack up at you.
I'm not actually leaving a space if I go straight across.
I thought you
I'll still be adjacent.
Oh, you're like shooting across and catching.
Yeah, because it's only like a 5-foot jump into the web. I can move through webs with the cloak.
I get you.
And then I'll cling to the pillar just on top of this one.
Okay.
Like some kind of... Man, that's a spider.
Spidery guy.
So you're
I'm
not.
going to push. Oh.
Yeah, you're not around the other side of the pillar. You're still on.
No,
this.
I'm just moving it over so you can grab your guys.
Okay.
I'm on top of that guy in the bottom left corner of the pillar.
Perfect. Then yeah, no opportunity attack. I did roll a crit though. That's really sad for me. Okay, so anyway, Brooklyn.
I wasn't leaving.
Brooklyn, you can hear the sounds of conflict coming from up the stairs, and like I said, it'll take you 2 spaces of movement for the first step up the stairs. As you can see, it's kind of slick, and that first step there. So it'll be 20 movement to get just onto the stairs, and then past that, however you want to go. Oh, sorry. Grok, I forgot. Roll initiative. If it's below anything here, then we'll just let you go after that. You usually roll pretty low.
That one that saved against
Here,
Thunderwave.
here's the 21. Holy moly!
Do you just descend down farther? Because to get to the window or to the landing below, it's going to be your movement, basically.
You taunted me into it.
Where are you going? The window or the steps?
So wait, I'm sorry. To tell me what's the difference?
The window or the wall?
There's the window or where Brooklyn is moving. Do you
Yeah, I'll go.
with
I'll do the
Brooklyn?
wall.
Something about sweat dripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see.
So then, if you want to drop 10 feet, you would be on the landing right
Goddamn.
behind Brooklyn. If you want to
Yeah,
finish the
we'll
climb.
do that.
Okay.
And John, that one that saved against the Thunderwave, he did take his 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The anti-chat.
Got my eye on you.
for just simplicity's sake, you drop down the second Brooklyn starts booking it in. Brooklyn, you still have Brooklyn booking. I almost said Brooklyn. You have 10 feet of speed remaining, and if you want to dash, you can go further than that if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, it's not like slippery in here though. You said it was.
It's just
Okay,
slippery for the ones that you just moved through. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll dash. That'd get me to about probably here.
Seems right. So you come up, and you would actually probably not be quiet. You see 2 individuals in kind of robes, kind of turn back and look at you with the dragon symbol, as I explained, around their necks, turning with crossbows, kind of looking at you, confused, and like, "Who are you?" like, kind of look, but they don't say anything. But yeah, you catch them off guard. Also, it seems that this in front of you is kind of like a table. It does look like there are a couple of chairs that are kind of pushed underneath it. This looks like a just sitting room. All right. So that was the very bottom of the initiative track there. And then, sorry. There's no one to tell you whether or not Brooklyn has made it down, and you can't see if, or sorry, not Brooklyn, Grok has made it down, and you can't see him to know. Obviously, this is depressing because you know he did. So, do you want to cancel the spider?
Intelligence save.
Do you want to cancel the spider climb and start making your way down, or no?
As long as he looks like he's safe. If I can't see him, I want to wait a minute to make sure he gets down. About the same time.
Perfect. So you're keeping your eye down and just trying to see, but yeah, you don't know who.
I get that I could say yes, absolutely, but I don't want to do that. That's not cool.
More than fair. Okay, perfect. At the bottom of the initiative, Benson, you're the only one that sees this, but a very massive, very large bronze dragon comes out of the cliff face. Seems to just out of the cliff face. Kind of turns, looks down. Grok, you kind of land and you hear it, and then you kind of look up and can see it. And on this initiative, it kind of flies directly over you and then drops.
Grok shits his turtle pants.
His turtle diapers. He drops on Grok.
Hold on.
But I just got here.
Make a strength saving throw.
Right.
So did he.
Oh, sorry, dex saving throw.
Oh, how about 21?
Yeah, you're good. You feel it kind of slam into the stone and cause a ripple, and you're realizing your grounding is not currently solid because it's slippery on the stone, and you almost feel your feet flip out from under you, but you're a turtle, so you're used to being wet. That said, you are now adjacent to a very massive dragon.
That is so great.
Do I hear it land?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like a Saturday for you. This is
You
normal.
can probably see it at the bottom of the stairs.
You and dragons hang out all the time.
Yeah, it's true. Not this one, though.
They're probably cousins.
All right.
Stranger's a friend you just haven't made yet.
There you go.
It is your initiative. It looks pissed. Yeah,
It's Grok's initiative?
it is your initiative.
Great. So, as a free action, Grok is going to say, I come with tidings from Oru.
What language are you speaking?
I'm speaking Common because I don't know anything but Common and Turtle.
Doesn't seem to pay attention to what you're saying.
And then I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Hold on. That one.
Okay.
And you
Lightning.
can guess what you can guess. Yeah.
All right. Grok. After your turn, but before Shambles goes, the creature will take a legendary action.
You ever get tired of saying that?
No.
He's got so many. For my 5th legendary action this
Like
turn.
6 weeks running.
This one doesn't do 6 things. Yeah. Well, if you'd done it stealthily, you wouldn't have had to deal with the damn dragon.
Okay.
You said hi. How's it going?
Somebody wanted to talk.
Oh my god.
The greatest wizard.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, someone is salty. That is just.
we've been doing a good job about
See.
not killing people and talking our way out of stuff.
Well,
I couldn't do stealth anyway, so it's
Typ-
okay.
Typically,
I do want to point out that Raya's trying to turn the other cheek, and we're still on his ass about being the dick.
the
He
creature,
opened it up with hello.
the dragon reaches down for you and snatches you up, just and literally has you grappled. You can make a athletics or acrobatics check, your choice. DC's 30.
Ha. Hold
You
on.
got this, I believe.
We got 20
So I can
autos.
technically make the athletics check. I
Go
can
for it. You gotta roll a
technically-
natural 20, I assume.
Yeah. Nope. Not gonna do it.
Oh, so close.
That's really good, though.
Kind of grabs you and kind of lifts you up towards its face. And it speaks in Draconic, which you don't understand. Everyone who is at the window or inside of the upstairs, you hear a booming Draconic voice yelling into your face, by the way, Andy. It says, "You smell of green dragon."
Uh-oh.
I
I
do.
think I speak Draconic.
I wish I could know this.
Shambles. You are up.
Is it the chromatics or the metallics that are usually worse?
Metallics are friendly and good if they're nice.
If they're not being burgled.
Someone who
general.
speaks Draconic
When they're
should
not
really,
dealing with
should
a
really
homicide.
say that we're good and friends with Uru.
The divide between chromatic and metallic is good, evil. So evil is chromatic, metallic is good.
Okay.
The lawful chaotic spectrum shifts, just depends. But your character would know with Arcana trained in as high as it is. Bronze dragons are lawful good.
Come on, we're good guys.
Did you hear that, Jody?
Shoot it with fireball. Got it. Or lightning bolt. Got
No.
Not it. How high my Arcana is.
Get it in my legs.
Just ruin it for everybody?
All right. So yeah, Shambles.
Make your speech, Shambles. You should speak Draconic.
Pretty sure I do. I don't know why it's on the skirmisher body and not this one.
If it's on there, it should be on all of them. So. Oh
I don't remember where it came from. I know the envoy had.
no. No. I know why. The skirmisher body was when you picked it up. Its chassis was a servant of the dragon.
Okay, that's where it came from.
You got dwarvish with this one.
I don't understand what
It
it's saying.
sounds so familiar though. My ears were different.
Yeah,
I know what it
it's like
does.
I also.
it's like I hear a little bit of German.
Yeah.
Anyway, Raya, I can handle this if you want to talk to
Go speak to a manager.
We
that
need some.
guy.
We need some translation. Yeah, really.
But I'm gonna. Oh, I don't want to wail on these guys if he's their protector.
No, don't do that. Yeah.
This is your last chance to surrender.
Big dodge.
I announced to the. Oh yeah, I'm gonna actually. Patient defense as bonus action.
Okay.
So dodge action and wholeness of body
For heals.
to heal myself up.
Okay. So at this moment, the two that got blasted into the web are going to struggle to get out. Neither do. The one that you're fighting with immediately is like holding the rapier, draws the weapon back so the blade rests on her shoulder, and then grabs a hold of the blade. As she does so, what you thought was an ungloved hand, you now realize is a gloved hand. Which you're like confused because you're pretty sure she was holding it with no gloves. but now there are gloves on her hand, which is confusing. She then grabs a hold of the blade with her other hand and then smashes you in the face with the rondel kind of hilt in the pommel, which is also covered with like a metal like guard. So she's using it as a mace. 9 misses, and she'll make a second attack. 20 misses. Alright, the one on the opposite side of you does the same. Seems to kind of throw the rapier up, catch it. Hand appears to be gloved now, and then grabs a hold of the rapier's blade with 2 hands and swings in. Miss and miss. Alright.
I wish you just stuck with the using it right then.
The two with
I
the
told you to surrender.
The two with the crossbows on the other side kind of look at you, Brooklyn, and they say, "You can surrender now, or you can fall to our master." As they move around the table, as they're doing so, their hands kind of touch the hilts of their swords. Do you look like you're hostile?
No, I need to speak to your master concerning what they just said.
They kind of move closer to you, and they look like they're ready to draw their weapons. Looks like they're readying an action to attack you if you...
This is a bad idea, you guys. I'm letting you know now.
Okay.
We are friends with Or the Green Dragon.
They're not attacking. It looks like they're readying to attack you. And do you say that, what you just said?
Yes.
They draw their swords. Oru? And they seem more hostile now that you've mentioned it.
Really?
Well, this is worse than what we were hoping for.
That was a good try, though.
I think they all miss, so you kind of go, oh! Shield. Well, yeah, you would be able to walk down it with a shield. So block, 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 as a bunch of blows rain in at you. Yep, that's it for... Oh, the leader, kind of looking at you, Raya, kind of raises the wand up again and says, surrender. Or die. And then as she kind of waits for an answer, she looks like she's preparing to put the wand away.
I'd like to speak to your manager.
Lower your spells, then.
I don't know how to turn them off.
All I do is make a mess.
They're kind of attached to me.
Web, I think, is a concentration, is it not?
Up to an hour.
Yeah, so you can dismiss it for free.
Yeah, I don't know that.
She doesn't know that.
She would. Do you dismiss it?
I'm gonna sit here and pretend like I'm struggling. This is my first day
Okay.
with magic.
Well,
I've never cast this
I think
before.
we should just surrender here.
it goes to you. You see her put the wand away. You're perceptive enough to realize that she's putting it into a satchel with a bunch of other wands. Looks like a total of 4 of them. It looks like
Nope.
she's basically looks like a quick draw, like, you know, or sorry, he looks like he's like a quick draw sheriff ready to go draw another wand. Like he's
There's a guitar in there.
there is a guitar in there.
Yeah,
Come on.
ball.
It's your up, Raya.
Yeah. I'm going to step across again.
Okay.
When I hit the doorway, I'll let the web drop, and in Draconic, hail out the bronze dragon. I am a servant of Lamak, the Zadok Mishael. We are seeking out Lamasu. Oh, let me reread it. Should I? Definitely not
Lemeru is the shortened version.
Lemeru, aka Scaly Eye to the locals.
Lamaruntos.
As the dragon kind of turns up to look towards you, something Grok wouldn't have noticed because it's focusing in on Grok with its right eye. The left eye, as you see it kind of trace up towards you, seems to be kind of completely scaled over and wounded. And as the right eye kind of comes up to look at you, it kind of squeezes in on Grok. It kind of speaks to you in Draconic. This one smells of green dragon.
Yes, he serves the protector of the forest to the east, Oru.
You see the dragon's teeth bite down hard. And Grok, go ahead and make an athletics check. I'm going to take a legendary action in between Raya and this, since I'm presuming your conversation is your action.
Yeah, I'll be putting my weapons away.
That's fine.
Anybody have inspiration?
Yeah, the dragon looks to Grok, grits teeth, and then throws Grok about 100 feet out into the water.
Just skips him. Just skips
No,
him.
it's
much funnier.
it's more of a oh.
Oh, skip him like a stone. He's got a nice shell.
I can't swim.
Grok, I need you to make a just a dexterity saving throw.
You
are
can't
Constitution
swim.
to keep
No,
from vomiting.
I can swim. I can swim. I
It's-
hold my breath.
the hitting the water is the thing. You are kind of going up and then falling down. So yeah, you're going to take the full brunt of the impact damage for hitting water. But because it's water, it won't be full like lethal end.
Oh, he's dizzy.
It's going to be a total of 28 damage from the as you smack into the water. The dragon then kind of slams its foot down and kind of looks up at you. You said you were a servant of Lamac. Prove it.
I
You move
show
me
him
to
my
the
holy
right-
symbol.
And you would actually recognize as you're speaking to it being a servant of Lamac and quite skilled. It's not a male. It's a female dragon. So, yeah, the dragons have very baritone voices.
Okay.
The
I don't think anybody asked what gender it was.
No, yeah, I know.
All right, you're just pointing it out. Got
I'm
it.
just pointing it out. I would say
I'd be putting my weapons away and pulling out my holy symbol.
as you're paying attention to it, you realize that this is a female dragon, a mother dragon, and she kind of looks up at you as you brandish the symbol and says, "Indeed."
Apologies for the intrusion. The Curios have sought aid in seeking you out.
Strange that a servant of Lamac could not solve the simple puzzle up above.
We tried a couple of things, but this just seemed the faster route.
Is Benson spider climbing slowly down, or
Yes,
did you see the dragon and just say, "You know what?
Just pee in
Fuck
his
it.
pants.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
The
Fuck
coolest
it."
horse in the country. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I would definitely be coming down very slow and kind of just looking over the edge and being like, "Oh man."
Because you
A
saw
horse spider climb?
it exit the wall, you can make an intelligence saving throw versus the illusion.
Illusion.
There we go.
Yeah, you see that there's a 20 by 20 kind of spot in the wall that appears to be not real, transparent. It appears to be a solid state illusion, very old magic, yeah, you know that it can be passed through, but only from the opposite side.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna continue to try to go down, but very cautiously.
Yep. You'd be able to see the current exchange. Probably during your descent, you would probably see a turtle go about 100 feet out into the water. Yeah, the dragon seems to be calmed. Brooklyn, they appear to be drawn on you. They hear the conversation, at least half of it from the outside, and they say, "Are you with the servant?"
Yeah, we're friends.
They step back, still hands on weapons, still hands on crossbows, kind of looking at you. And then as it kind of quiets for a second in between the conversation outside, one of them goes, "Where'd you get that shield?"
It was a gift from my mother.
She must really love you.
She does.
The
Keep remaining.
the others on the outside all kind of step back as well, shambles, except the one that you punched a bunch. She sheaths her sword kind of with like a heavy and kind of looks at you, kind of stands next to you.
Yeah.
"Conglomerate abomination," she says under her breath.
Well, I'm sure you chose to be the way you are too.
Again, she doesn't know your backstory. She just knows what you look like, okay?
Shambles just rocking raccoons on him. I didn't have to get made.
Grog, you hit the water.
I start swimming. I go under and start swimming back. I don't know
Okay.
where I am on the map, so I just moved into the water.
No worries, you're making your way downtown, swimming fast, and you're homebound.
Yay!
The dragon kind of like starts to fly up towards you, Raya, as you're kind of standing in the window, and you watch as as she's doing so, that she becomes a woman in mid-flight, and kind of moves her hand, gesturing for you to step aside.
I do.
Okay. She lands in the window, looking to Shambles, then looking to you. You keep strange company, servant. She is wearing a
The
beautiful.
strangest.
She's wearing a beautiful silken gown that appears to have kind of bronze accenting to it that kind of shines a bit, but with a kind of a dull, ruddy bronze coloring. Her hair is kind of auburn. Her eyes are bright yellowish bronze, and her skin is kind of well tanned, very sun-kissed. And she appears to be wearing fine adornments as well, jewelry and the lot.
She's still speaking Draconic?
She is still speaking Draconic.
Right, what'd she say? Is that hello? Hello, miss!
The individual with the wands kind of walks up behind you lot. And as the others kind of back away, they kind of move towards her. The rushing of water can be heard pretty loudly from the pit in the center here. Despite that, the acoustics are pretty solid in here. The bronze woman says to you, Lamoureux says, what is your purpose here?
The Curios are seeking allies to help with what appears to be a rising conflict with bandits and cultists. They have few people who could treat with a dragon.
The Curios of Mudis?
Yes.
It's been a long time since they've treated with me.
That is what they said as well, but they knew you were very helpful in the past with dealing with conglomerate forces and being able to push them out of the region.
Indeed.
Was that her?
She...
Is that the sound of the pit?
Oh, damn it.
Sorry. That was funny.
That was her. It was the sound of the pit, yeah.
Lady, we're in the same room.
That is right next. That is right next to my office, isn't it? Anyways,
We're in the right room for it. It's fine.
it's perfect. She says, "Indeed. So then, what gifts does he send forth to be added to my hoard?"
The Curios themselves have not sent any gifts forward. Perhaps they were not prepared for it as they have in the past.
Then this meeting is over. Return with gifts, and I will consider serving.
What type of gifts would be appropriate? Perhaps I can give you something of my own to aid in the protection of this country.
You must be new to serving your goddess.
Very. I've only just met her days ago.
Make an Arcana check as the dragon says that to you condescendingly.
15.
It seems that you don't know what she means by it, but it seems there's something you don't know, that like some kind of faux pas you just made that you're not understanding. The dragon kind of looks annoyed at this point. In her human state. Yeah, Brooklyn, you make your way out. The others kind of move up behind you, seem to be blocking the passage behind you. She, again, looks very splendid, as I mentioned. Grok's still swimming. She says, I think if you look into your heart, into your soul, or into your mind, you should be able to come up with a suitable and appropriate gift. That said...
Is there a check I can make for this?
Yeah, you just made it. That was at 15.
Oh.
So, yeah, you don't know right now, so you might need...
I thought that was to see how I disrespected her.
Yeah. No, it was also to see, like, yeah, I should know this, and if you had gotten in the DC, which was 18, you would have realized, I know what I need to do. Benson, you're still outside, climbing. Do you make your way to the window? You'd see that doing so would be right where the dragon went in female form, so...
If she switched female form and it seems like things are calming down, then yeah, I'd go.
Okay. You'd be coming up right behind her, though. It'd be... She's basically blocking the window.
I would definitely knee and kind of bow to her. And...
Well, you could go around to the other window is what I'm saying. It's...
Oh, okay.
I was trying to point out that if you come up right behind her, it might be a... Whoa! But
yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to make this scene and easy as possible.
Okay. So you come in at about this point for the conversation, and they all kind of turn to look at you. Some of them have their crossbows still in hand and kind of turn that direction. You see the dragon, or the lady, kind of raise her hand, and they all kind of put their weapons back down. She turns to look in your direction. She says, I've seen you from afar, servant of Mudis.
I would definitely still bow and say it's my honor to meet you.
This one is a servant of Lamac, as stated. I see that as true, and you are a servant of civilization based on what I understand from my scouts. So then, these others that you treat with and travel with, specifically the one that smells of the green dragon, why do you travel with them?
Because we are fighting for the goodness of the world. We are trying to bring peace and just the safety of others. There's
You guys should probably tell him about that Calreth guy.
More to the point, we have been battling the bandits and cultists in the area, the servants of Ashmedea, and their master Calreth to the west.
What he did to that other dragon.
Those have already been dealt with by the champions at Venmo, Venero.
What?
They joke.
Venero.
No, I didn't hear what you actually said.
I said
Said
that
Venmo by mistake.
that has already been dealt with at the temple of not Venmo, Venero.
Which thing has been dealt with?
The ones you speak of, the cultists, the bandits.
Oh, because we have also dealt with them in Phalanx, the Redoubt, the Dwarven City, Blue Light. That is widespread. They are not in one location.
Why has such a troubling matter been allowed to spread as such? Perhaps you're curious.
Personally, I blame the government.
Perhaps your Curios and the one he sends to treat are both unworthy of my services.
She say?
I'm not sure. How widespread are the Curios? Are they just in Mudis?
Every town has a Curios.
Okay.
A Curios is like a lord. It's just the Osirian word for that.
I don't know their meaning. I don't know the depths of their ineptitude. All I know is this is spread far and wide.
I'll be completely honest. It's very, very disturbing to hear a servant of Lamac say they do not know.
Agreed. As stated, I only just met her 3-4 days ago.
Yeah, roughly.
The one with the wand says, Intraconic Milady. Lamac was one of the bound. You see her kind of interesting.
Upon finding her in her binding, someone came and freed her, but that was the first time I'd ever heard her name.
She points at you, and just kind of the whole conversation seems to stop. Like you don't feel like talking anymore. And she says, hand me your symbol, the one you showed me before.
I do it.
She takes it into her hand and looks at it. Hands it back to you. Where this happened, I know now. I understand. I will allow you the courtesy of sparing you and the one who smells of filth. Perhaps the bath he has taken has washed away some of that uncleanliness. That said, my associates will lead you out. Return to your master. Come back here with an appropriate gift. Take the time to consider it, what it must be. And when that gift is given, then I will help you. She looks over to the hand of Mudis. You, simply for the deeds that I have seen and have been reported to me, will grant you a boon.
I'm honored and thank you.
She raises her hand, and you start seeing magical patterns kind of glowing in front of you and in your mind. And you realize that the room you're standing in seems to have a magical circle for teleportation linking within it.
Sweet.
You and your guest can return here at your leisure.
I take down that circle.
That is much appreciated.
She looks to the other individuals here. These ones can enter into the lower cloister at their pleasure. Do not allow them beyond. She then steps back outside of the window just as Grok is kind of swimming up to the platform. She turns into a massive dragon and
Spits on him.
looks down at you, and in Draconic says some things. Everyone else says, If your master truly is one who serves the good of the land, then tell her to treat with those around her. And then and flies up into her hole.
Did you guys have a chance to tell her about Hornbeck? I feel like that's very important for her to know.
That's actually,
We'll bring that back with us.
that's actually
We gotta go get something and come back
We
here.
got a real bastard collected dragon hearts.
What kind of thing?
I don't know. Something of the curios, apparently.
you'll be able to do some research, and also if you ask Benson can make an Arcana roll to see the proper matters of treating with dragons, specifically the lawful varieties. Do you mention that to Benson as you're being let out?
Oh yeah, Benson and I have a discussion in Draconic on our way out. You know, Wizard Duck.
Benson, you can go ahead and make a free Arcana check. You know how to treat with a bronze dragon. So a bronze dragon wishes that they would gain something based on the status of the individual. So if a commoner or a peasant comes to them, simple gold and coin would be fine. If a person of knightly status comes to a dragon as with a gift, something of worth, of value, probably somewhere in the 1,000 or so manner. But if a curios or a lordly type comes into play, we're talking tens of thousands of coin worth of something. Perhaps a magical item of a rare or higher, or perhaps a specific kind of gemstone. The gift is basically the curios' delight, but it would need to be something of high value because of their station. They are attempting.
You guys are way too famous for this.
Yeah, when a peasant asks a favor of a dragon, they're not asking for political wide sweeping shit. When a knight asks for the services of a
Stop burning
dragon,
down my house.
yeah, it's like, or tell this other dragon.
They're paying protection. That's what it is.
Can you tell that other dragon to stop hurting me? Right. Sometimes even just food from a farmer would be fine. But yeah, when it's a curios that's asking for something like defeat these bad bandits, cultists, it's a bit more of an endeavor, so it's worth more of a gift. Also, as you're leaving, the fairy dragon kind of flutters over to Grok as he drippingly kind of makes his way into the chamber and starts being let out, and says to you, "You do smell of," and this is in common tongue, "you do smell of a green dragon, but there's also a scent of another dragon upon you. Have you run into my sister?"
I don't know what you mean.
Well, if you see her, and she is trying to offer you her boon, just tell her brother says hi and where she can find me.
Do I know what sister she's talking about?
It's a fairy dragon that's speaking to you, so...
Oh, okay.
The other one you saw.
Yeah.
Got it,
The
sorry.
only other one.
They lead you into the chamber to the right, which is another circular chamber, which has another statue. Based on positioning and kind of, situation, it doesn't seem like it's directly under. That pit of water would probably be directly under. But yeah, there's a stairwell that goes into a door goes up, and it kind of spirals up, but seems to kind of do so at this kind of pattern, and it comes out at the back end of the bronze shrine at the top. The one with the wands leads you up to the doors, and as you exit, reseals the doors. And you would know that the fairy dragon is still lingering around on the bronze metal of the shrine. Just Benson would see it.
This is the old one, right?
The one that
is
followed
the
us.
first
the one that followed
yeah.
you to start with.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the one that tell her sister to say hi.
Yeah, I think so.
Brother to say hi. Brother's downstairs. This is the sister.
I would just without looking at them, or just when I get close enough to hear it, I would say in Draconic that they say hi, and just keep walking.
Oh. The first thing is shock from you saying anything to it. The next thing is more of a
Also, he said he's downstairs in Draconic.
Right.
If you're looking for him.
kind of confused, And then as you're kind of moving away from it, you would note that instead of going into the shrine or going around to it, just kind of jumps down and moves around Grok, kind of keeping the distance, and seems to be checking now the distance again with you, Benson, to make sure that it actually accurately gauged how far away they need to be to keep out of your sight.
Yeah, and like right before they keep out of my sight, I'd look at it and wink and just kind of smile.
I'll mention the boon.
They're a bit confused by that, but you would notice that they're trying to do that and also keep close to Grok, which is confusing. But yeah.
I mean, I can mention the boon. Like I said, it's more than happy to do that.
Mention what boon?
That Grok was talking about.
You said that the one down below said the other was interested in a boon for Grok. Did I mishear that?
She was trying to give Grok a boon.
Ah, I see.
Right now, it just seems like she's just trying to follow you around.
Okay.
Also, Indraconic, if you're still here, you're welcome to join us. We mean you no harm. We're on a side quest at this point for the bronze dragon below.
Kind of pops into sightline, looks over at Benson, and then kind of backs away, but not out of real sightline, just the assumed sightline, and kind of just off away from you, watching Grok.
Oh, Grok, you got a secret admirer.
And better than a dragon down the way.
Fair.
Yeah, so we got to go find a Curios now.
You'd have to go back to Munis if you were heading that way. But yeah, it looks like we're pretty close to time. Not a bad stopping point. You kind of come back up out of the Bronze Shrine and yeah, have an understanding of how best to gain the favor of the dragon. Lamaru. I'm going to get it right eventually.
Labyrinth Tassif.
That's it. Thanks for
You
watching.
wrote it.
We're going to go ahead and kill the stream. Thanks.